Hello and welcome to Just for Fun. This is Matt. Today I'm gonna try to record some videos with one of my pauper brews called Domain Zoo. It's basically a five-color deck that plays a lot of the best cards. There's a lot of synergy, and it's very fun to play because you get to play a little bit of everything with a lot of different fun cards. And it's also a good demonstration of one way to do a five-color mana base in Pauper, but there are more than one. So you can see here I have count them, eight of my favorite lands, the Pauper fetch lands, full set of both Wilds and Expanse, and mostly forests, and then one of each mountain, plains, and swamp. Now, the reason only one of each of those is because all of the thick is green, and also you can find your one-ofs with the Evolving Wilds or Expanse. Now, what are all the green cards here? Well, your Abundant Growth and your Nylea's Presence are the other fixing cards, which you can just cast on whatever other lands you've fetched up in order to make them five colors, more flexible. The other thing that these are good for is you can actually put them on the fetch lands so that you can use them the turn they come into play instead of having to fetch a tapped land. You can just put one right on there and go to town. Now, Nylea's Presence was the basis for this deck because it pumps two of our key cards. And in a way, this is sort of trying to act like a legacy kind of zoo deck in a sense because we have Nicodle here, which is like our, what's it? Oh God, I'll never. Mongoose. Yeah, like our Mongoose almost. It's our efficient one mana threat. Our Matka Rioters, which is basically in this deck 3 mana 5/5. This is our Tarmogoyf equivalent in Pauper. So those two cards are pretty powerful. The other card that really benefits from the being able to Nylea's Presence is Tribal Flames, which basically makes this a 2 mana 5 damage sorcery spell. So if you have more than one in your hand, it becomes pretty easy to burn someone out when you're 2 mana Lava Axe. Now, what else do we have in here? It's just kind of like a greatest hits. We have a couple rankers for punching through damage. We got 3 lightning balls just as removal or going to the face to give us some more reach with our tribal flames. We got a couple unearths because all of our creatures cost 3 or less. So this is a 1 mana rebuy of a creature. Or you could cycle it, but you hardly ever end up doing that because there's almost always a dude in your yard. Brainstorm, which works well with all of our. We actually have 12 shuffle effects in here because of the lands and also Squadron Hawk. So Brainstorm, is very, very good as a filter with all those shuffle effects. Skyfisher is just a crazy card in Pauper. You'll see it in a lot of my Pauper decks. It's a 2 mana, 2/3 flying. And the quote drawback is that it returns something to your hand, but that is typically a way to get card advantage in this format because you could, I don't know, move your aura around, or you can rebuy Presence or Abundant Growth and draw cards again by recasting it. Then we have Doomblade as just a catch-all removal spell. Pride Mage is a way to get rid of artifacts and enchantments, and it's also just a solid dude. 2/2 attacks for 3/3, or pumps one of your other guys, works well with your Hawks or your Rioters. Or Gnarlid is just kind of a sick one of because it, I went with a 3-1 split on Rioters and Gnarlid because you do play a lot of enchantments, so that works out well. Another great thing about 5-color mana bases, you can kind of play greatest hit sideboard too with a lot of catch-all things here. So we have Ray of Revelation as a 2-for-1 against Hexproof deck. Edict, which is also really good against Hexproof. Ancient Grudge, which is a 2-for-1 against Affinity. The rest is a thing. That's just an all-around good card. Pauper Instant Plague Wind at 2 mana, Electrickery, and Cloak is good in racing situations. You're more mid-rangey. I mean, you can have a fast start and just burn people out. It happens, but sometimes you want to play a grindier matchup, and that can gain you way less. It's very hard to race against this. So, see if I can get in a game or two just to show you a great all around just fun deck. It is powerful. Obviously, there are times where you mess up with this mana base and you kind of get yourself in trouble, or you're too slow because you're guessing, you're fixing stuff. But your fixing stuff all draws you a card. So in a long game, you've fetched a lot, you really thinned your deck, and you have a ton of card draw in here. So you can really get an advantage. So let's give it a shot. Just have some fun here. Thanks for watching.